Right now, breaking news on News Channel 8.
A new Ebola patient, an NBC News photographer who was working with Dr. Nancy Snyderman, has contracted the virus in Liberia. So what is next for their entire crew? Good evening, I'm Keith Cate.
I'm Gail Sierens. Thank you for joining us this evening. The entire NBC team will be brought back to the U.S. and quarantined for 21 days. Right now, no one else on the crew is showing signs of infection. And in Texas, family members of the latest Ebola patient in Dallas have been ordered to stay in their home. Jay Gray is following these breaking developments.
The freelance photojournalist and writer was working with NBC News chief medical editor and correspondent Dr. Nancy Snyderman when he tested positive for Ebola.
This is a very experienced photojournalist who we hired to augment our team on the field in Monrovia.
Snyderman has been in West Africa with 3 other NBC News employees covering the Ebola outbreak. No one else on the team has shown any signs of contracting the deadly virus.
We have really worked hard to minimize our risk. I mean, obviously, zero risk means never coming to Liberia. Minimal risk means crossing over into this country.
The freelance photographer is being flown back to the States for treatment. Dr. Snyderman and her crew will also come back on a private jet and immediately place themselves in isolation for the next 21 days.
The rest of my team, very healthy. We have been extraordinarily vigilant, but we are obviously very respectful of this virus, which has killed so many West Africans.
Back in Dallas, Thomas Eric Duncan, the first patient to be diagnosed with Ebola in the U.S., remains in quarantine inside this hospital where doctors say he's in serious but stable condition, while public health teams continue their search for anyone who may have had contact with him.
There's a list of about 100 what we call potential or possible contacts, and that will be called down to a list that will begin the contact tracing on.
One more weapon in the ongoing battle to prevent the spread of the deadly disease. Jay Gray, NBC News, Dallas.